I'm Jeffrey Richardson, Executive Director of the McFaddin-Ward House Museum. The mission of the organization is to preserve the historic structure and tell the history and legacy of the family that lived here for more than 75 years. We embark on a variety of projects every single day to maintain, conserve, and preserve the historic structures. We just recently finished a large restoration project that saw us replace the wallpaper on the ceiling of the third floor. We want to thank Jeff Ragland and his crew from Ragland Wallcoverings out of California for their fantastic job.
Jeffrey reached out to find out about the ceilings, whether it's something we could redo because they had old stapled muslin with wall covering on top. The ceilings were in pretty bad shape, needed to be redone, so we reached out, took measurements, selected a new wall covering from Bradbury & Bradbury. When we first got here to start with, we had to remove all the old muslin. So papers adhered to it. We had to cut it loose from the walls. This time we're just doing the top, so we had to go a little bit backwards. We had to cut the top of the ceiling without popping the muslin that's on the walls. So we had to cut it cleanly onto the ceiling and remove that old muslin, all the old wall covering, and then we had to either set the old staples, old nails, or pull anything that was loose. And then we would stretch unbleached muslin. We stapled it, you pull it tight as possible, and you had to work it out from the center. And then you spray it with water because muslin is cotton, so it will shrink. So once you spray it, it pulls it a little more tight. And then everything's tight around the wall. Then we measured off so we can center each space. So we'd center the transom window going to the back and then going around the transom. So it's the same figure on the ceiling going all the way around. And then we did the same in the billiard room where we centered the opening going towards the front of the house. So it's the same pattern, going on this edge, going on that edge, and then dropping up and down. If you look straight ahead, the pattern just goes all the way and continues. And that's applied, and that's basically how it's installed. You know, it's long days, labor intensive, but rewarding at the same time. Just seeing that transformation and seeing what we could do with everything to make it look better, because like I said, budding this paper on muslin was a little bit of an unknown. So seeing that change from what it was and being able to pull the muslin as tight as it is, and it just looks like a completely new, clean surface. And it's cool to see the beginnings to the ends, especially when you see the old wood underneath it that people just don't get to see. You see things that nobody else gets to see.
And we invite you to come see this new project on the third floor of the historic structure.